Talk about the importance of a good email subject line. What I want you to do first is to imagine every time you open your inbox. So what happens is you get lots of emails, either promo emails, emails from your friends, but I want you to think of promo emails. Just ignore the emails from your friends, since we're focusing mainly on how to write promo emails for yourself. So think about that. The first thing you think about when you look at an email normally is who is that email from? Because whether you have built a relationship with that person directly or indirectly, the majority of times you will open the email that is coming from somebody who you trust. That's why there's a big emphasis on relationship building. As a list owner, you need to build that relationship with your list. And by doing so, once you do that and once you gain the trust, once they see your emails, you're most likely going to get a higher open rate. Now, aside of looking at who it's from, a lot of times you'll look at the email subject line. If the email subject line catches your curiosity, you'll open it up, right? But if you can detect that it's blatant hype or blatant spam, then most of the time you will just click delete or not even read it, or click the spam button. So with that said, the subject line is the main determining factor as to whether your readers will open the email or not. So the first question that you should ask yourself is, what is your purpose? What is your purpose of writing this email? And then going on to saying, what is the purpose of the subject line? The purpose of the subject line is to entice your readers to open it up. Then you can ask yourself, how can I get my readers to open my emails just by looking at the email subject line with a few words? One thing to avoid when you write your own subject lines is to make the subject line too long. So let me show you examples of proven subject lines. So currently I am looking in my Gmail email box, and I'm showing you these as examples of short subject lines. And if you take a look at them, most of them will not exceed from here to here. So the main subject line is about from here down to here, and the shortest is about 4 keywords. Now that you can see, short is good, but there are other things that you can look at the same time. And the question is, what makes an attention-grabbing subject line? So here are just a few things that you should look out for. When you write your own subject lines, you need to make sure that it is brief. As I showed you here, brief, short, the better. Then you want to make sure that it is direct. Use the most important word first. For example, you have 10 incredible softwares with master resale rights. 10 tells people that you get 10 softwares with master resale rights. If you had said master resale rights to 10 incredible softwares, and that would say to people, okay, master resale rights. But you got to realize that a lot of people's inboxes might cut off at a certain length. For example, if I minimize this window, as you can see here, you can see Gmail cuts it off here. So you want to make sure that the first word is the most important word. And as you can see here, this has a question, have you seen this yet? And then of course people are thinking, well, I haven't seen this yet. What are you talking about? Or you can ask a question. So you can ask this question, put a statement, put a sentence that doesn't complete, like the PLR Masters course, ... And you'll notice that people put ... a lot. And it says here, where to get your own cheap virtual staff. Where is a question that you can ask. And those are just specific examples. Going over that again, you want to be brief, direct, make sure you ask a question, or if you're not asking a question, make sure that the first most important word is first, like this example here. Build curiosity by having a sentence that doesn't complete, or you can tie it into current events. For example, this one here, it says it's finally here, open now. So if you had this email, you might have had an email beforehand that told them about a product that was going to be released. and then that product on that day you say it's finally here, heads up tomorrow, such and such. Let me show you some real life examples of proven email subject lines that I have used successfully. For example, right now I'm looking at my old newsletter archives for cbnichebuilder.com/newsletters, and a lot of these converted very, very well. You'll notice that in the beginning I start with newsletter, monthly newsletter, newsletter tips 1, newsletter tips 2. Don't do this unless you really have a consistent base of newsletters and the content that you're giving out is very, very valuable. For example, I had a high click-through rate when I did this, mainly because of the content. Now, if I were to do it again, I probably wouldn't do it if I'm writing promo emails. These are mainly for educational purposes. Now, getting down to the promo emails, I would more likely be using one of these subject lines. For example, it says, take ClickBank conversions to the next level, ... So you use a verb in the first place, which works well. So you say take, create, make, or build, grow, improve. Stuff like that, using a verb in the beginning usually helps too. And then when they say take ClickBank conversions to the next level, of course the person's going to ask how. So they click that and then they learn how to do that. Or I had this one that did very, very well. It said create 100 blogs within minutes. So someone's thinking, wow, how do I create hundreds of blogs within a few minutes? Of course, it was using a piece of software, and that incites curiosity there. And it's very short, very sweet. Use verbs in the beginning, and that works very well. So I would suggest that you come here and take a look at these emails, because these emails have actually been proven to work, and get some ideas from these and go at it. And here's other examples. I ask a question. I says, do you need a mentor? And it happened that time I was promoting a mentor site, and I was doing free mentoring at that time, but the site was a paid site as well. So I asked a question, and of course the only people that would open that would be the people that I'm targeting who need a mentor. And this one worked well too. It said a must-watch video for you. People love videos. Now, in this case, I didn't say what the video was about. One thing I found though, if you use the word how to, like if I say how to increase your affiliate marketing by using this piece of software, it already gives it away. And people realize that, wow, it doesn't really incite curiosity. And if they're not interested, then they won't click it. So you really, really want to make it so people will click the link and they might not know the whole thing. So right here it says how to build good looking websites at ease. It's okay to use the word how, but you don't want to give the whole thing away. For example, this was a video site. So if I had to say how to build good looking websites at ease with this video training website, that right there would not have been a good subject line because I gave it away totally. You don't want to give it away 100%. You want to give it away probably 50% or lower and have it so it builds curiosity, it incites their interest, but they want to know more, and in order to know more, they actually have to click the link. Okay, so before we end here, I want to show you some more examples of subject lines. Right now I'm looking in my file manager and I happen to purchase 250 catchy subject lines. I actually use these subject lines to create my own subject lines. And if you have access to this type of stuff, if you Google it, I'm sure you can find it. But it takes a lot of the guesswork out and you can really customize it. And these types of stuff, as you can see here, would really incite stuff because you say, is it really possible? I just found out about ... And if you have a good relationship with your list and they read that, they're going to want to know more, because if a sentence is only 50% complete, then somebody is going to want to know how to complete that sentence. It's just like somebody shows you a clip of a movie and that clip is quite catchy, so you want to go see the actual full movie. Similar concept, so that's how to write good email subject lines.